welcome to my channel. My name is Samantha Izundu if you haven't been here before, and if you have, welcome back. Today I've got another weekly makeup basket video, shop my stash, whatever it is, people kind of do, similar idea, different name. So here is my makeup bag from last week. What I do is I go through it. If I want to declutter anything, I do it in these videos because I've been testing it for a whole week. And then I go and randomly select new items through the Pretty Random app and show you what I've got to use for the next week. On my face is everything I've had leading up to this week. I did miss last week, so this has actually been a fortnight now. So let's get right into it. So my primer that I picked was the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. So it's blurring, it's smoothing. I really like this. I've definitely more than over halfway, so I'm gonna keep this one. My foundation was one of my favorites that I picked, which I was really happy about, and it is the Designer Brands Luminous Hydrating Foundation, which is an Australian foundation in the shade Porcelain Ivory, which is like almost a perfect match for me. I am neutral. I'm definitely not pink, but yeah, I'm neutral. I'm neutral. So I love this one. It's dewy. It's got medium coverage. And it just looks perfect on the skin. It doesn't cling to any dry patches or anything. It's incredible. I don't know what they did, but they did a good job. My concealer was the Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer in Cream. It's considered a soft matte. I don't consider it a soft matte. I consider it very creamy. It's got hyaluronic acid in it, which is maybe why it doesn't feel heavy. This and Hourglass are my favorite concealers. So I'll definitely be keeping this one, love it. Powder was the RCMA, the No Color Pressed Powder. So they're famous for their loose one. This is the pressed version. And I really, really like it. It just does the job, no issues. So for that, it's something I would definitely like to travel with. I prefer traveling with a compact. My bronzer was actually the KVD Contour Kit, the Shade and Light, which is new to me. It's very old to everyone else, but it's new to me. And what I did is I use this as my contour. I use this as my bronzer today. I've been using this powder. I didn't use it today. I used the RCMA, but I have been using that as well. So very nice, very matte. I don't use these colors down here, but I can use these three. So yeah, overall I really enjoyed that. My blush was a single of the Sydney Grace in Stiletto. I have two called Stiletto. This one's the more purpley one. There's a more pinky one. Really pretty. I found I didn't really use my highlighter much because this has a really nice sheen to it. Very, very pretty. You can see it's just a nice soft blush. I really enjoyed using it. And then the highlighter was coincidentally the Sydney Grace Black Tie, which was a purple based highlighter. So I only use a tiny bit of this because it's very intense. I usually just use what's ever in the cap. And I did use it today. I only used it a few times because I don't wear a lot of highlighter these days. I do like just like a glowy blush. But yeah, this is very, very nice. And it just coincidentally went very well with the blush this fortnight. My eyeliner was the KVD Ink Liner. Really enjoyed this. I'm wearing it today. It is smaller than what I'm used to. The tip is quite small, but I find that it lasts all day. It didn't smudge. I really, really enjoy using this. So I'm really glad I got to use this for, well, the fortnight. It's supposed to be a week, but the fortnight, to just give it, just to be able to play with it, and I really, really enjoyed it. My eyebrow was the Benefit Precisely My Brow in number 3. And this is one of my absolute favorite products. And she could do no wrong. I've been using it for 2 weeks, so I've almost finished. Oh, it's very sad. Because I probably won't repurchase because she's expensive. And I have so many products, eyebrow products. But I love it. I absolutely love it. My setting spray was the Maybelline Glass Spray. I'm up to here. I love this because I had the dewy foundation, but I set it with powder, so then it goes matte, and then this just dews it up again. So I really enjoy this setting spray. It's a dupe for the Glow Recipe Watermelon hydrating mist. Smells the same, looks the same, very hydrating. And I do find it makes you look glowier through the day as well. It's not like an instant for me. Okay, my lipstick was my Ulta 3 in Forever Fawn. This is like a really perfect nude for me. It is like a brownie nude, which is hard to do when you're fair. It's hard to pull off. This is so beautiful. I would say it's more on the sheerer side, but I really like that. It's considered a cream, and I will be sad when this finishes. It's a beautiful, beautiful lipstick, and it was like $4. The lip gloss that I picked out is the one I'm wearing, and I admit this is the first time I've worn it because it was the Givenchy, it's a travel size in number 16. Because it comes off, it looks black, but it comes off like a purpley color. Very pretty. I just hadn't done a look that this could go with. So today's the day I did more of a reddy brownie look. So I thought this would go with it. I think it's fine. I really like the formula. The formula is very, very hydrated. My lips feel really good. So I will definitely keep this because I enjoyed using that today. My face palette was very small. It's from I'm Meme Multi-Cube. And this is all about apple red. And the reason it's a face palette is because you've got the 4 eyeshadows. And then you've got the blush. This blush is incredible. That's Ivy there. She's sitting next to me, trying her best to be quiet. Aren't you? Yeah? So this blush here looks really intense and red for my fair skin, but it's quite beautiful. I love, love, love this blush. So I really enjoyed using that. And I used the eyeshadows on 2 days, 2 different looks. More of a warmer and then more of a cooler tone. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, keeping that. My Urban Decay single eyeshadow is not named or numbered or anything, but I picked it by just the row that it was in, and I depotted that palette. I will link up here if I can find it. It was a while ago, me depotting into a face palette. I did like a whole face palette. I did 2. So I'll link that up there if you are interested in what I did and how I went. It wasn't great. But yeah, I wore this shade over here, over the top, which is really pretty. It's a very pretty shade, very easy to wear shade. So I'm glad that I got to use that for the fortnight as well. And then lastly is my Profusions Chocolates palette, really beat up because it was in my Project Pan last year. But that's what it looks like. And today, I used it a few times. Today I focused on this color here, these 2 shades. And then I did this as just like a base. So yeah, I wanted to do a little bit more warm. I've used these beautiful tones over here through the week. I can see right now I have never touched this black. I've touched every other one but the black. Interesting. I'm not usually a black eyeshadow wearer. But yeah, no, it's a good palette. I will definitely keep that. So that was last week, and I'm obviously not decluttering everything, which is quite rare. I usually do declutter something, but I had some really good products there that I got to use. We're also getting to a stage where I'm not adding as much in. I'm just trying to get rid of stuff. Apart from stuff that I accumulate from work that I get for free. I've spoken about that in my low buy. I'm not trying not to buy any makeup this year. But I don't know how I go, so I did a low buy. So far, I've not bought anything with my own money, but I have accumulated things that I got free from work. So I'm still accumulating, but I'm not purchasing. So let's move on to what I picked out for this week. And it's an interesting selection. Some products I've never selected before, because sometimes I keep selecting similar items. So let's get right into it. The bag I've chosen for this week is my La Mer bag. I got some La Mer skincare from Christmas. Isn't it pretty? It's a beautiful bag. And so let's get everything out and get started. And just to remind you, if you haven't been here before, I randomly select items from my makeup inventory that I keep track of. So anytime I declutter something, I take it out. Anytime I add something, I put it in. So it's always up to date. And I randomly select items from my Pretty Random app on my phone. And that is how I get my week's makeup. And it's a good way for me to try things that I've forgotten about. I get really excited when I have products that I know that I love. So it's a nice variety. So let's start with my primer. I have the Too Faced Dew You Luminous Face Primer in Radiant Pearl. This is a gorgeous primer, so I'm very happy to use this one. No complaints. My foundation, I was a little bit, okay. I wasn't that excited to use it because I have been using it on like no makeup days where I just want a little bit of something. It's the Revlon Candid Glow in shade 120. It's very sheer, so that's what I've got. But I still have my project pan too, so yeah, I'll be using this, and I can always build it up with concealer if I need to. So that is what I have, and you can see I've used quite a bit of it. It's nice, it's just not my favorite. I'd rather pick something I haven't really used yet. I've been using that. I also have the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in Satin Finish, the Fair Warm. I also have the matte one, the 16-hour camo one, and I love both for different reasons. So yeah, I'm excited to have that, and it'll go well with the foundation I picked. So that is exciting. My powder is one that doesn't really fit. The Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. It's very mattifying, but you don't know. Sometimes these products go really well with like your more glowy products because it really sets it in. This was in my project pan last year, and I've gotten to about halfway. This, I don't use a lot of powder because I have drier skin, so this was a hard job. I think I ended up taking it out because I was like, there's no way I'm going to finish this yet. I'm about halfway, which is so sad because like this used to be my one powder that I would use. I don't know why it's taken me so long to finish, but it is. Definitely get your money's worth if you have drier skin and this is your powder. I know if you're oily skin, you go through them a bit quicker. On my bronzer, I've decided to go for cream products because as soon as I picked that foundation and concealer, I decided to go more the cream route, and I did have powder last week. So I've picked the Models Prefer Contour Stick. This was also in my project pan last year, and I did not finish it because you use the tiniest bit. I mean, it used to be like up here, so I did actually use a lot, but there's still so much to go. I'm going to use that for this week. It is good, so happy to have that. My blush is actually a multi-purpose product, but I keep it in my blush section. It's the Danessa Myricks Color Fix 24-hour matte color in Latte, and you can use this on the eyes and face. I think I wore this on my wedding day. Just in case my powder blush disappeared, I had this underneath. I think I did, because it's good long wear, 24-hour long wear. So this is really pretty. I'm happy to use that, and I haven't used it in a while, so that's good. My highlighter is my Project Pan this year product. It is the NARS Copacabana Illuminator. So I'll happily use that. I can also use that as, I can add it in with the primer to make it even shinier. But yeah, this will technically be my highlighter. I've decided to no longer do lip liners because I've found that I was just using lip liners that matched my lip products anyway. So I've taken lip liners out of the equation. I just thought it was a bit pointless. So now I've got my eyeliner, which is the ColourPop Charmer. There's no writing on it, but it's my only ColourPop eyeliner, other than a white one. Actually, I have a white one. So it's a nice plum burgundy color, and I haven't used that much. That'll be good to use. I'm excited to have that. My eyebrow is the Precisely My Brow Benefit in shade 2. So last week I had 3, and this is shade 2. So technically it is different. This is just that little bit lighter, more natural eyebrow. I mean, this is still a good match for me, but this is just that little bit lighter. So I'm happy to have that. My setting spray is the Urban Decay De-Slick Oil Control. I've mentioned this before, I don't need this, but I got it free from work. And there's only a little bit left, so we will be finishing this up soon, which is good. And it's not bad. I wouldn't say it's that mattifying, but face palette I picked is my custom one that I did for my deep potting video. And this is a Juvia's Place empty palette, magnetic empty palette. And then I've filled it with all these things that I've depotted. So if I ever want powders or some variety, I can come to here. We have 3 highlighters, 2 blushes, 3 bronzers, and 2 powders, and an eyeshadow. So while I'm here, I might actually pop in that eyeshadow that I had from last week. If I want to hit up some powders, powder products, I am set for the week. I might even do cream and powder. We'll see. See how extra I'm feeling. Okay, then my lip products. So I decided to go for a lip cream and a liquid lip, and both of them are quite intense. I think they're going to be a good match with the eyeliner, the purple, because my lip cream I picked is the Kat Von D Lolita. This is a lip cream, and I have not used this because this is my most recent purchase last year that I made in November. So I haven't actually used this yet. I'm excited because it's a pretty color. And then my liquid lip is the Lime Crime Wicked, and this one's intense. That's why I think I could do a plum look one day. Nice purple kind of look, because this is very intense, dark, reddy purple shade liquid lip. Okay, and then lastly is my eyes. I have a liquid eye product as my single, and this is the Bare Minerals Gen Nude in Citron, and this is so pretty. I will give you a little swatch. It's just a nice, really light shimmer. So I'm happy to be using that on like lighter makeup days where I don't want much, because you're about to see that my eyeshadow palette that I picked is the most extreme one that I own. And it is, I picked a medium. I have small 1 to 9, and then medium is 9 to 20 pans, and then large is just 20 plus. That's how I categorize them in my makeup inventory, and I decided I wanted a medium size. So I've got the Revolution Forever Flawless Birds of Paradise. Have you seen this before? Because there's not even a transition shade. So I'm going to be doing some more colorful looks this week, for sure. We've got some actual pressed glitters. My favorite is this one here, Exotic. It's a cream. It's like it's just beautiful. And this one, I think this one also is like a cream. What do they classify it as? They don't say, but it is like a creamy powder. Oh, it's just beautiful. So yeah, I will have some looks coming your way. And that is my Birds of Paradise palette, which is good because I haven't used it that much. It's one of those palettes that I bought if I wanted that intense color. And now here it is to use for the week. So that is it. That is everything. Let me know your comments down below what you thought of my previous week and my current week. And like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new here, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.